everybody, happy holidays. I hope this video finds you well. I'm going to try to go through this really quick because I've got a lot of stuff. I just came home from a visit with my parents out in Oklahoma just to kind of check on them and do some things that need to have some talks with my father about my mom. You know, those kind of things that you do when you have aging parents and you're halfway across the country and they're someplace else, as to that type of thing. So, but it was a good trip. It was tough because of the condition that my mom is in, but it was also wonderful being able to watch my dad and how he interacted with my mother. I'm truly amazed, and I will continue to say this until people get tired of hearing me say this. My father is a truly amazing man. I can't imagine marrying my mom 60 years ago, and here it is 60 years later, and I can guarantee you this is not anything of the type of future that he imagined with my mom, having to take care of her with her dementia and Alzheimer's. But anyway, so it was a tough trip, but I'm glad I went because I had been putting it off for a while, and I can still see in my mom's eyes that she's mom, but you know, she's changed and it is what it is. But anyway, not to bum you guys out, but I just kind of wanted to give you background history. I've got a couple of things. I'm going to break these up into actually a couple of segments, and like I said, I'm going to go really fast. Some of this is stuff that I thrifted because it was a kind of a heavy trip, and I needed a way to unwind, so I went thrifting a little bit and went scavenging in my folks' house. So I'm going to show you some stuff that I came back with from that too. But first, I'm going to start with the thrift stuff. My daughter, Devin, the youngest one, who's been on camera a couple of times, well, Julie has too, but the youngest one, wanted me to try to find her a couple things to bring back when I went. And one of those is excuse me, sorry, an Oklahoma sweatshirt and a pair of cowboy boots. And I managed to find both of those at the thrift store and in really great condition. So here's the first one. This is her Oklahoma sweatshirt. It's lightweight, but so she'll have to put like a turtleneck under it, but it's got Oklahoma on it, and then it's got OU, Oklahoma, on the cuffs, and actually in the lining of the hood. I don't think it's ever been worn, so it's really great. The Oklahoma is embroidered, and so is the OU on the pocket here, and it was $8.99, which is actually really good because I tried to find one. The Walmart in my folks' area also sells those. Their sweatshirts were running $30 to $40 and up at Walmart. Yeah. So that's the first thing I found for her. Then I found her a pair of cowboy boots, and these aren't just any cowboy boots. These are snakeskin. And if you guys know anything about exotic skin cowboy boots, these things are expensive when you first buy them. They can, depending on what type of exotic skin you get, they can run starting at a couple of $100. So I got these, size 6. They actually fit her. I was scared. And she's 10, so she's gonna hopefully not have really big feet like her mom, but hopefully she'll top out at an 8. But anyway, I got these, excuse me, for $12.99 in really good shape, leather soles, got the tap protector, hardly been worn, stacked wood heels. I am honestly not sure if these are vintage or not. I'm planning on emailing the company and seeing if I can find out when they were made. But yeah, these are a pair of Tony Lama brown snakeskin boots in really good condition for Devin. Hey guys, I'm back. My camera cut off as I bent over. So anyway, I'm gonna pick up where I left off, and I think where I started to get before I cut off was an item for me. I don't know if you guys know, in Oklahoma there are 2 universities, or there are 2 places. Football's really big. And so I wanted an Oklahoma sweatshirt, couldn't find one, wasn't about to pay 40 bucks as I mentioned earlier on, but I thought I would get something else. Well, in Stillwater, Oklahoma, which is the location of the number 3 Oklahoma State Cowboys. They got shafted, by the way, but anyway, for the championship. Anyway, not going there. Well, actually I went. There's a place called Eskimo Joe's. And Eskimo Joe's has been around forever. I don't know, 30 plus years or more. Anyway, and so I got an Eskimo Joe's sweatshirt. And I think it was like $3.99. But it says, you know, Eskimo Joe's, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Stillwater's Jumpin' Little Juke Joint. So I got one of those. I've been wanting a sweatshirt. These are expensive too, so I got it for $3.99. And then I get some odd stuff. I got a couple of books that I won't show you. I got a 1938 anatomy book. I'm always... Old things just fascinate me, not just clothes, but old things in general. So I've got like clothes, and I've got toys and all kinds of things. Anyway, I'm sorry, my sweater, this sweater, which by the way is a thrifted Ralph Lauren, and it's itching like the dickens. Even though I got a shirt on, I need a turtleneck. It's itching around my neck, so I apologize. But anyway, I like old things old. So I couldn't pass up this 45 from Sesame Street. And you see it has Bob, Susan, Gordon. This is the Gordon, current Gordon with hair. And Mr. Hooper and Big Bird. And the song is Welcome and I Got Two. And I have no idea, but I thought it was the coolest thing. Record's in really great condition. I think it was like 99 cents. Let's see, what year is it from? 1970. So I couldn't pass that up. I guess I could, but I really liked it. I got it. Let me quit that. Okay, here's the other stuff from thrifting. A little handmade jumper skirt, high-waisted. Excuse me for my cough. Very cute. Stripe. I'll probably put a turtleneck or something with it. I really liked it. That's what I liked. The fact was it was high-waisted, and that it was a jumper. Couple of I think handmade vintage dresses. Very cute. These were $4.99 a piece. So was the jumper, but they were handmade. I just liked the pattern. This is probably early 1960s. 1950s, 1960s. No later than early 1960s. Handmade one. And then I've got this other one here. That's the plaid. I think this is long sleeved. Very cute. Handmade too. No label inside, but very cute. You know, it's got that move to it. Very nice. And then I've got a couple of stuff that I haven't unpacked yet. So you get to see me unzip this stuff on camera, and hopefully I'm not running over. Okay. I got I got a Barbizon, vintage Barbizon pink bed jacket. Probably what I'll wear this for is, I don't know about you guys, but I like getting dressed and then putting on my makeup, because if I put my makeup on and get dressed, I always wind up, especially if I'm wearing like a turtleneck, I wind up with makeup on the inside, and that just irks me. So I've got this, I think it's a bed jacket. I could probably use it for a short dressing gown to put over my clothes while I put my makeup on, when I wear makeup. And it was $2.99. And then I believe this is a 1940s dress, or maybe 1950s. I know it's vintage because of the metal zipper and the way that it's made. Oops, sorry. Dress with a peplum skirt around the waist. It's A-line, so I'm wondering I'm thinking it's 1940s. It buttons down the back. It's got the covered buttons. Great thing, and the lace in it. Just really cute item. I liked it a lot. And it was $4.99. So let me move along. And you know what? I'm going to break this up into 2 parts, because I I may be running out of time right now. This is more thrifted stuff. I saw this corduroy romper. I thought of somebody when I saw this corduroy romper. I don't know if you guys follow Sammy Davis Vintage. Sammy's, we're in the process of becoming, I think, good friends through a mutual interest in Google Chat and some other things that we've done together. And when I saw this, I thought of Sammy. This just looks like something that she would wear and that she would rock, and I thought it was a cute color, and I know it's from the 80s. So that's that. We keep going. Got this beautiful wool jacket from a department store in Enid, Oklahoma called Gray's. And hold on, let me be real quick about this. Okay. And it is by a company called Florella by Florette. And it's wool. Very rich burgundy red color, 3/4 length. I think it was meant to be long sleeves, but on me it actually hits here. But I think with a white cuffed shirt or even a turtleneck it would be great. Just a really cute jacket. It was $4.99. Most everything was $4.99. I got this little yellow dress with the slight bell sleeves. That was really cute. I think it's handmade. It's lined, but there's no labels or anything in it. Just really cute. And then I got this purple polyester, or not purple, pink. I'm not a pink girl, but I really like this shade of pink. It's almost a rosy color. I'll have to figure out what to do with it. I need to fix the elastic has popped on it, but that's an easy fix. In fact, it looks like they started to do that because there's a seam open, so I can fix that with no problem. Sorry. I've had this cough since I traveled on the airplane, and anyway. Then I got this great winter white dress. I just like the buttons on it and the neck on it, kind of almost like a cow neck, but not quite. A-line, just very pretty winter white. I thought these were cloth buttons, but they're not. They're plastic buttons. I'll have to see if I can clean them up. They're a little bit yellow, but it's just a gorgeous color, or a gorgeous cream. Missing the belt, but that's no biggie. And then I got this Mangolese, and I'm guessing probably from the 1970s. It kind of looks like a Missoni, is kind of what it reminded me of. But it was made, I think it said it's made in the USA. It doesn't actually have a made in label. It just says washable and dry clean, and dryer. But I just thought it was really cute. I can see it over a top that I have and wear it with this pair of slacks. Okay guys, I'm back again. I'm going to do this really quick. I'm hoping I can edit it and make it one big long 15-minute video, but we'll see. I got some jewelry here, and this really big, huge, vintage pin, like a black magnolia. That's what it reminds me of, is a black magnolia. I got some pearl cluster clip-on earrings. Those were like 99 cents, I think. I got a pin and earring set of daisies. Not stamped. There's the pin, there's the earrings. Not stamped. Sorry, bending down, getting it. And I got a Monet bracelet. Here, a Monet bracelet. I'm into bracelets as of late for some reason. But a Monet, very pretty bracelet. It was $5.99. Sorry. And then, that's actually pretty much it. And then a couple of things. Let me go ahead and start scavenging with what I found in my father's house, or my parents' house while I was there. One of the things that I found that I didn't know was my do I tell you how old I am? If I give you the year, you'll know how old I am. I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, my 1984 high school class ring. I didn't know where it was. I scrounged around and found it. But this is my my class ring from my high school where I grew up, Eisenhower High School. And then I also found a pair of my mother's earrings in her sewing cabinet. These earrings I know date back to at least 1957 because there's a picture of her that my father has. There's a picture and a portrait of her wearing a picture, I should say, a portrait, a photographic portrait, I'm sorry, my brain, and a painting that my father had done with her wearing these earrings. And I asked him when this was done, and he said 1957. So these date back to 1957. I found this basically, I think it's a prayer cloth, according to my mother-in-law. If you're, if you're Catholic, you wear these on top of your head. Cloth in her sewing cabinet. I found this little net hat that needs a good steaming to it. It's netting and it's got little flowers and then it's got a little bow in the back. And then I also found, actually my dad, I asked him for it, this jacket. Probably early 1960s because it's got very small lapels. My mother bought it for him. He said, I don't know why she bought it for me. I don't wear plaid. He said, I think I wore it twice and it was in his closet and I asked him for it and he gave it to me. And I think it will go great with a pair of jodhpurs that I actually have. It's a little big, but I like it. It's tapered, not very tailored, but tailored, very pretty color. The tan with the red and blue running through it. And then I also found a 1983 edition of the Simplicity Sewing Home Catalog with Diana Ross on the front. Oh, it belonged to my sister. Sorry, sis. That belonged to my sister. It has Diana Ross up front and then a little smaller version of it. But it's got patterns in it and, pictures of Diana Ross with her pattern collection for simplicity and so forth. And then the last thing, I'm not going to even bother to take all of this out, is my dad said I could have my mother sewing some of her sewing things. So I have some patterns. Actually, most of these patterns are stuff we were supposed to make for me back like in the 80s and the 90s. And some shoulder pads and some old metal zippers here. And on the back is different types of fabrics, including a one for Muppet Babies, which I think is kind of appropriate now that the Muppets are out. But back in the I think this is 1980s for the Muppet Baby stuff. I know you can't see it, but I just brought home some sewing knickknacks. I have a hem measurer of hers and pinking shears and some other stuff. So that's actually pretty much everything I brought back from my folks. If you have any questions or comments, please post them at the bottom, and sometime, hopefully, I will get to post a new video and maybe do a lookbook or something new. I know I keep promising, and my best laid plans seem to go awry. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please post them at the bottom, and I'll see you guys on the next video.